You'll wonder where your teeth went when you brush your teeth with Denso-Tips.
And you can be with Bob and be listening to the teachings that come through. And I tell you, friends, if you could just pull out that wallet, pull it out of your pocket, pull it out of your purse, and lay your hands on the radio.
Bob begins fulfilling his promise to help bankroll the extremes.
Nice beaver.
And you will know my name is...
Go ahead, make my Bob.
Bob Dobb, living avatar of Slack and saint of sales on planet.
Soon Bob will have thousands of followers.
Uncontrolled thinking, controlled by Bob.
Now, see another dimension on your TV. Yes, fear the stark fist of removal no longer. Become physically attractive overnight. Attain status, luck, prosperity by blowing them off.
Bob's promise is to widen the scope and nature of abnormal behavior, to explore new ways of going over the edge, and coming right back. Plus, to bring back those who couldn't make it on their own, to help you create the highest possible earnings from the psychodynamics of abnormality, to turn conspiracy-implanted personality disorders around and channel them into an illusion of creativity that will fool normals and get you sex.
How can we tell whether our friends are ready to walk the path of Dobbs?
What?
Surely just not by the T-shirts they wear or the pipes in their mouths.
Once they join up, we're able to get them off to one of our subgenius retreats, change their diet, start feeding them propaganda, repeating the same thing over and over again until they forget who they are and start responding only to our dogma.
I'll open this mirror at 1:33. The precise moment in time when the gods are unable to resist my thrust into their domain. But once I'm in, I'm in. There's nothing they can do. All the powers of the gods will be mine.
The message is now part of and registered in your subconscious mind. Every time you say, see, hear, or think.
Bob?
That's your key phrase. It will trigger the entire message without your being aware of it.
You figure that out if you want to. So you're too naive, you don't know what Jim Jones is all about. You can't even follow him. You haven't even smelled where he's at yet, much less followed him. You don't even know who he is, and you might miss him. If you didn't have a real good look at him, you wouldn't even know who he looked like. You really haven't got next to him, but I've got all kinds of things in store. You who are stupid pissants and reptiles and lower than the primates, you can make a whoopee if you want. But your whoopee makes me sicky. And so you can make your whoopee while I do something that's far more significant. I got me some big plans. Both here, there, and everywhere. Got lots of plans. We may just be a joke, but it's a joke you can believe in!
Listeners are expendable. Let there be slack.
Because we need more girls in the church, and bring your rich fathers, and we'll convince them that we're not really that weird, and we can get some money. Must have slack. The idea that America, or any country, values individuality as the highest ideal is a cheap myth. Everybody's an individualist, but they don't like individuals. and straight. Perhaps in simpler times it was true, but no modern industrial death culture can really afford a population of unpredictables.
For men on the go, it's not what's in the pipe, it's the pipe itself. The Bob Dobbs Classic Meerschaum, hand-carved by the finest craftsmen in Malaysia. This and other fine Bob Dobbs smoking accessories cast a spell of their own for the discriminating smoker. Bob Dobbs pipes never go out of style. Available at Kmart, Walmart, Target, and Hypermart.
Help me escape. You've got to believe me. I understand what I'm saying. They torture me.
Grace Bob. To be a good...
Turn on the machine.
Wake up, puppet boy!
Close your eyes and pretend with me for a few seconds. Your doorbell rings, and there's a chaplain standing quietly. He tells you,
"We're splashing liberation right around the world, and we'll die to do it."
It's amazing. Tape recorders taped all over their body.
Before making any additional statements about my subject, I'd like to make it clear that in any reference I make to the church on today's broadcast, I'll be speaking in broad and certainly not specific terms. That is, I will be referring primarily to the institutionalized church.
Everyone uses? Now to continue with the tape recording.
we're going to see, get ready. What I'm talking to you about today is the most up-to-date thing that I could talk to you about. We're living in the closing moments of this dispensation.
So, housewives, take this tip from the growers of Idaho potatoes, whose potatoes make delicious French flies.
And as we watched, my friend very suddenly and violently vomited.
Who's going to listen to that? And when they do, how are they going to feel? Well, I don't have to think about that. You do. Whoever you are.
Pull the wool over your own eyes.
I could talk about quantum mechanics. I don't know if there's anybody in the audience that's into quantum mechanics.
He was the best quantum mechanic in this old galaxy.
He boss. That's right.
He could take a spaceship and strip it down to its component parts within 27 millicycles.
That's right, and you couldn't tell when he was doing it either. It was either there or it wasn't there. And that's something I just don't understand. How can it either be there or not there? Why isn't there any in between?
Well, that's what we call escaping from those Newtonian laws,
escape
Doctor.
velocity. Is that what you're implying? That
you can escape velocity, but not the need for veracity.
There's that creature again.
What happens to that star when its nuclear fuel is exhausted?
I don't know, but there's a big monster in here with me, and he's getting hungry.
I'm hungry.
About 90% of it's mouse. Take one of these pills. Such an event, the catastrophic death.
Flying saucers are sleeping with your wife. What
flying saucers are your wife?
In just a few weeks, we'll fade away from there they go.
Flying saucers are
away at their new oil supply. And that cattle are mutilated at the hands of
making noises like a teenager in heat
are largely inaccurate.
Well, we don't know. Those little UFOs, we just don't know what's going to be happening to these people. They're going to be floating around in their lecherous little ocean pods.
Let's look at this. Chemical weapons no longer needed.
Lay your hands on the radio. Lay your hands on the radio there in the home.
We call it Church of the Fill in the Blank. Friends and neighbors out there listening tonight, we hope that you're putting your hands on the radio and getting the full impact of this message is coming down to you.